Okay, this week's free stock pick, VVUS, is the symbol right here. We didn't have a pick last week. We were on Thanksgiving vacation. Didn't trade at all last week. Kind of nice to take a break, and we figured the volume would be low in the market anyway, so good time to take a break. But that said, as we say, and every time we send out a free pick, we pick one kind of at random. We usually pick, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 that we start with for our chat room every morning. We pick them the night before, but we add some in the morning for potential gap plays and that sort of thing. But I have to tell you before I go on about VVUS here, 99% of what we do call on the fly. So keep that in mind when watching this video and listening to the pick and the idea behind this possible trade. Most of what we do is called on the fly because we don't know if the market's going to open down 50 points tomorrow or up 50 points. We don't know if VVUS is going to open at 9 tomorrow. We don't know if it's going to open down here at 780. So hopefully it'll open somewhere near it closes and make this a possible trade. But one catalyst we like for VVUS would be 854, a break of Wednesday's high. Wednesday had a nice pop, and I'll show you here in a minute why we like it, some other reasons why we like it. But okay, if it opens at 780 for some reason, say it gaps down, then we don't want it. If it gets to 854, it will be extended. So, and I can't go over every possible scenario as to what could happen. So that's why we will follow up tomorrow night, as we always do. We'll send a follow-up video with whether we traded it and if we traded it, how we handled the trade. So kind of as a after-the-fact teaching tool, if you will. But okay, so that said, here's VVUS. Huge gap up way back here on September 9th. And then sold off. And then finally, after it looks like it finally settled down, a nice pop here Tuesday, November 17th. And then the next day, big gap up, but sold off. Well, right in this area here, it looks like it finally found support after that gap up and the sell-off. And a nice pop on Wednesday, which is today. So let me zoom in here. These are 60-minute candles now, 10-day chart. There's that gap up. You can kind of see where it's formed a base. And this morning, a nice pop to 853, and then closing strong in the afternoon again. So that's why we like it at 854 as a possible catalyst. Look to the left, back from Monday, it did open and get to 867. So there, 868 would be a break of this high on the 10-day chart. We call that a secondary catalyst. Okay, so a break of Wednesday's high might get you through this 867, which would be, we call that kind of stacked catalyst, is a term we use in chat often. And if it gets through 867, that could be, another catalyst, to move higher. And who knows, maybe work its way up to this 960. Maybe not in one day, but again, this might even end up being a decent swing trade. If it follows our rules, and and we always sell some into a pop, but we could go to a stop below this base on a small portion if it closes strong, and maybe have a swing trade on some of this too. Again, that's we don't know what it's going to do tomorrow or how it's going to open, so we'll follow up with what we did. But keep in mind, 99% of what we do is based on stocks and occurrences that we find on the fly. We have a 7 or 8, maybe 10 stock watch list we start with every day, but we take some off as the day unfolds. We add others as we see action in them. So most of what we do is based on real-time intraday action. So it's very hard to send out a free pick and cover all the possible scenarios at a time. So please, if you're going to study what we do, please watch the follow-up video tomorrow night so you can see what kind of our thinking process was with VVUS, and we might go over some other trades that we take tomorrow as well. Have a great night, and we will follow up. Look for the follow-up video tomorrow night.